It's August, my friends. That means we have a predictions episode for you. I'm excited. August is looking good. Let's get into our 7 messages for this month. Message number 1, we have a big focus on energy. Either you are clearing your energy, cleansing your energy, focusing on your energy. How can I get more of it? Or also bringing the energy, like realizing that the energy that you bring to something is also what you get back. What you put out is what you put in. So if you're like, I'm going to write an email, or I'm going to go on a date, or I'm going to go out to this event, really realizing that like you can actually bring the proper energy to this experience and get something different back. And you might even be playing with it. You might be like, okay, I'm going to go to this thing that I usually go to and I don't really like going, but I have to go, and I put my vibes down. What if I changed my vibes? What if I changed my energy? How would the day go, or how would the event go? So I feel like you're going to see something different. We're going to see you amplify your energy as well. So like expand it, make it a little bit bigger. Man, do you know those people that like have really big energy? I don't know if you live with somebody like that. I do. My daughter, who is a Leo, she's actually, it's funny, we have the opposite. She's like Leo, Cancer, Leo, and I'm like Cancer, Leo, Cancer. And man, that child, since she was little, she expands her energy so much. When she is awake and in the house, you can feel her energy like from upstairs. It's like incredible. And that's why every time I do like a Instagram reel with Allie, it just goes viral, because Allie has very expanded energy, and it's just who she is. It's that Leo energy. But I've had to teach her how to bring it in as well, because she was starting to have like problems in like friendships and relationships, because it's not that she was like too big, but sometimes like taking up too much space and like not allowing other people to take up space. So I had to teach that about her. It was really funny. But, for the most part, it's an amazing thing. And it's something that like, she can use in her life, but she just expands her energy. So, and then also when she doesn't want me to notice her, or she wants to like go under the radar, she now knows how to bring her energy in. So she acts like a little mouse sometimes when she doesn't want us to like see what she's doing. But for the most part, she's expanding, and it looks like some of you are going to realize that like your aura can go out and in, out and in. It could hold different things. It can hold old stuff. It can bring in new stuff. It matters. Like, so there's just this focus on energy. Some of you might be learning to read energy, like actually seeing how it works or understanding what it does. One of my good friends was she has nothing to do with the work that I do. She's actually in the medical field. And she sent me this book. She's like, I am learning Reiki. And I'm like, oh, that's so interesting. She's like, I just want to know about energy. I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. So it just seems like energy is coming forward, like what it is, what it can do. Yeah, you're going to see something about energy. And I would say cleansing the energy as well. So cleansing to me is realizing that maybe I keep coming to this relationship and I haven't forgiven this person for what they did, or I keep projecting like my dad's stuff on this person. And I just want to make it a 0-0 score, like I just want to go neutral, and maybe I'm going to forgive the person. I'm going to let go, and I'm just going to like allow this like a newness to come in and not keep bringing the old. This is a great one for dating, right? Like I had a guy dating client, and every time he would come talk to me about like a different woman that he would meet, he would kind of just bring his old stuff. Like he would project his old stuff on these women. I'm like, that like she is not like that. That's just like your past experience, and you keep bringing it. So we have to release that energy. We have to cleanse that energy and really start with a clean slate of energy here. And lo and behold, he met his wife, and they've been happily married for many years now. But that was, he was stuck in an old energy. So look at your energy, especially things that are kind of chronic, whether that's like maybe a health condition that you keep looking at it a certain way, maybe a relationship, maybe a job, maybe the work that you do, but really focusing on cleansing the energy. So we can cleanse by having a healer to work with. I always recommend Laura Bernstein. I will recommend her forever and ever. I just did a session with her, which was just shifting and life changing. So we can have people cleanse our energy. We can change our space. So like changing the furniture, moving things around, cleaning closets, getting rid of old clothes, getting rid of old things in the house. There's like many different ways that we can cleanse. A lot of sweating, right? Like, so just deciding like I'm going to go through a lot of sweating over the next few weeks and release any old energy that's in me. There's so many different ways. You can cut your hair, people do all sorts of things to cleanse the energy, but that looks like that is going to be just going to come up this month. Message number 2. I loved this one. And I guess it makes sense because we were just talking about cleansing energy. And number 2 is there's some sort of reinvention coming your way. I love it. It feels like a rebrand, a new outfit, a new look, a new way of letting people see you as well. Like, I don't want to be this person anymore. Like, I was known as the little girl, or I was known as the dramatic one. Like, I'm going to really turn that around. This just feels, it's like a new confidence. It feels like it's something you've been working on for a while, and you're just deciding to make it physical this month. So we may see some haircuts, some clothes, some looks, some rebranding in businesses as well. But there's like this total reinvention. And it's just kind of, I don't know, deciding you're going to be another character in your story, giving a new storyline completely. Like almost like you're back for season 2 and like this person has changed so much. She's gotten a haircut. She broke up with that guy. Like she's rebranding herself basically. So it really feels like something that you take control of, that like you no longer let the exterior or the outside reality kind of like tell you who you are, but you start to like tell it what you are, which is really fun. It's a very Leo energy too, but it's quite sudden too as well. Like, and I would say that if you're already feeling this and you know that this is coming, or you see yourself working on this, I would dot all your I's and cross all your T's. Like, don't half-ass it. So I have this wall in my office that is very, very complete. Like, it's this wall that was like very complete. It was like one of the first things that I completed in the space, but the rest of the space was not complete, if that makes sense. And I had this good girlfriend of mine come over, and she's like, I love this wall because you went all in. Like, you can tell that like no detail was missed. It's a very small space, so I guess like it was easy for me to do. I wasn't overwhelmed by it, but I loved how she said like you went all in. The reason that the rest of the office looks a little wonky is because you haven't committed. You haven't gone all in. You might have done a few changes, but you didn't do like the full change. So there's a message about that with this reinvention. Like, don't just say, oh, I'm going to start wearing this color. Really be like, I'm going to wear this color. My hair is going to look this way. My earrings are going to look like this. Like, really have, like, complete the look, complete the reinvention. That's where you're going to get the most. And with this reinvention, I just have goosebumps. It's, there's a noticing of you. So there's just like new eyeballs, like people are attracted to this reinvention because it's just very complete. And also just people are curious, like, how did she do that? Like, how did she go from this to this so quickly? Because it feels very fast, but it's only fast because you completed every part of it. Like, you didn't do just one aspect, like you did all the parts. And it looks like it's a conversation starter, and you just really enjoy the intention that you get from the reinvention. So there's like attention from the reinvention. Message number 3. There is a new pace that really starts to ground itself in this month. I think it's closer to the end of the month is kind of where I'm feeling, like maybe the last week of the month or something. But there's this new, like a new system or a new schedule or a new rhythm, whether you like it or not. So it feels like it might be a little faster paced than you're used to, or maybe you commit to some sort of like consistency of something. And it's very important, in the words of my Alpha Gen children, you got to lock in. So this locking in is important because it's like, don't fight it. Again, it feels like it might be like you're not that you're working a little harder, but that there's a up in the pace, not in a busyness, but almost like, okay, I'm regularly doing 10 pounds. Like, we're not doing 5 pounds once a week anymore. We're doing 10 pounds 3 times a week. And we're like sticking to this pace, and we're growing into this pace. There's a locking into a schedule that maybe you've been trying to put in, or a structure you've been trying to put in, but like you weren't able to do it before. The locking into this schedule is going to change your life. I do not say that lightly. I feel that very, very strongly. It should not be a huge, overwhelming, but there is a locking into some sort of thing that you're trying to promise yourself. I don't know if it's like a workout routine or a health thing or a food, or it's going to change your life. And it's not, you're going to want to get out of the structure and like get out of like this momentum that's moving. But this momentum is much bigger. It's going to change your life. Like it's going to change your life. So don't go too crazy where it's something you can't stick to. But I feel like you already know what it is, because I feel like you've been trying it. Like my sense is like maybe you've been trying it for years. Like you've maybe been trying it for months. And this is just like the time that you're going to be able to lock into it. And it should be something that is doable, but at the same time hard. So it's like, I'm not going to go from 5 pounds to 30 pounds, but I can go from 5 to 15, and it's going to feel exhausting some days. But like if I stick to it, it's like going to change my body completely if I stick to 15 versus the 5. And it's doable. So it's something doable. It's something that I can't help but tell you, it is going to change your life. It is a momentum. It's funny. I was working on this video the other day. I'm doing like this like behind the scenes video behind the scenes of the Monday readings that I do. So I've been doing these Monday readings for, I don't remember exactly, but I'm pretty sure it's 7 years. I'm at the time in my life that like I only remember things by the age of my kids. I'm pretty sure Ethan was just born, or I was pregnant with Ethan, or even maybe a little bit before Ethan, and he's 7. So it's like around 7 to 8 years. And it's so interesting how that one piece of content really changed, or like was part of the business that I have today. And it was this like silly little thing that I would do once a week, and I wasn't thinking too much about it. But the momentum that was created from that consistency is one of my markers of success, honestly. That's like one of the reasons why I'm successful, is like from that Monday reading. And as I was making this video, I was like, obviously reflecting. And I noticed that it was the momentum of that thing that brought me here. And it was just a snowball. Like it was this little ball that started like nothing. And now it's like a really big ball. Like the Monday reading is the Monday reading. Like it's a big thing. So I'm getting that that's what we're looking at here, that we are looking at something that looks like a tiny little ball, but it's almost like in a few years, you're not even going to know your life without it. Like you're going to be like, it's just so part of you. And it's such a big part of your success and kind of what you bring into your life and your manifestation. And you're going to be able to point it back to this little time where you decided to lock in. And I don't feel like you're going to have to try. It feels like this is just the time. Like there's something in the stars that allows you to actually lock into this new rhythm and into this new pace that just really turns out for you. Message number 4. I think I love this month because it's not that we're seeing things necessarily manifest, but there are signs of the future happening. So my sense is like you are going to get signs that your future pans. There's something about this month that's like telling us like, hey, stay on path. Your future is coming. Like what you see is going to come. And there's something about this month where we get glimmers of the future. So it makes me feel like, I don't know, like almost like a deja vu kind of feeling, but it's from the future. So we'll see. They're not even like signs. It's not like, oh, I got this sign that it's all going to be okay or that it's all going to work out. No, it's kind of like, wait a second. Like, how did this come into my picture? Like, this is supposed to come into my picture maybe a year from now, 2 years from now, but there's going to be an obvious confirmation that the future is coming there. It's almost like a glitch. Like it's supposed to be in the future, but it comes in this moment. And I think not only like your future, but you may also see in a strange way that you are the future of your former self, right? So the past self may be kind of poking at you and being like, oh my God, you're living it. Like, remember that you are currently the future self of your past self. I know this is so nuts, but I went through this season. I was probably, I'm 43. I must have been like 33, 34. I'm married. I have kids already at this point. And I went through this torturous time of like having these dreams that I was dating again. Like these, it was for like 3 months and it would happen every few nights. And it was really annoying because like I was not in that season. I was married to my husband and I felt exhausted when I woke up because I was on a bunch of dates. And I would go on these dates and there were usually some people that I had dated when I was single. And I would, at the end of the day, I'd be like, do I end up with anybody? It was almost like I was, I don't know, in Sex and the City. And it's like, who am I? Like, do I really end up with Big? Like, who do I end up with? And at the end of the dream, I would constantly ask the question, like, do I end up with somebody? Who do I end up with? Do I end up with this guy? Should I go in? Like, it was like I was asking these questions in the dream and they were driving me nuts. And finally, I'm like in meditation one day, I'm like, these dreams need to stop. Like, this is crazy. Like, I don't think they mean anything. Like, what is this? And finally, I'm just like sitting there. I'm like, no, I think it's my former self, like somehow jumping into the dreams of my future self and like asking me these questions. I'm like, okay, well, then I'm just going to answer it for her. So I decide to like sit in meditation and like see her, like see my younger self, 26, whatever it was, and tell her, you marry Benny. It's Benny. You marry Benny. And even like, I think I had like a couple dreams after that. And I would do my best to like wake up or like be in the dream and be like, you marry Benny. Like, that's it. It's Benny. That's like who you end up with. You guys, the dream stopped. It was so crazy. The dreams stopped. And it made me really think about this traveling thing that we do. You know, we have the Future Self meditation in the Clarity app. It's one of our favorites. Everybody loves it. And it's real. It's real. I'm like, Santa Claus is real. The future self is real. So there's something about this time that you may first realize that you are the future self of the former. And that is going to kind of help you understand that like then the next future is coming. And then we may also see like this present self seeing glimpses of the future from now. So just know that you are connected to your former, your present, and your future self. You're all working together. And you can help each other out. And it looks like you're going to see that this month. Let me know when that comes through. Message number 5. Okay. There's some sort of global drama that shows up this month. And it's a drama. It's a show. It's like a reality show. There is just, I don't know, we're going to see those people that maybe during the time of the election, they're like hanging on for dear life. It's so interesting because like during the election, like they were feeding us all this drama and telling about, you know, just getting our emotions like really high. And it seems like they had a lot of power during that time and they have lost that power a lot. It's really interesting how so many people have like disconnected from the drama, being like, okay, this is our presidency. This is our world right now. Okay. Like almost just like knowing it exists, but disconnecting emotionally from it. And those people that were really getting a lot of power, whatever that means to you guys, like maybe that's somebody you used to watch on a podcast or maybe that's a political figure. I don't know exactly like what that means to you, but it's like these people that used to get us for our emotions, they're going to pop up in your reality again. Like they're going to show up again and you're going to see how they are trying to get power again, like that's their game. Like they're kind of like these little kids that manipulate you through your emotions, and you're really going to notice it this month, it seems like. And your divine guidance is just really like applauding you for not locking in to the drama and like not getting caught up and continuing to create the life that you really want to create despite how these people want to get our attention and our focus. And it's a sign of how much better you're getting with your own focus. And of course, what we focus on is what we create. It is our power. And it's also a sign of you grabbing your power. So I see this on a global scale. Like it feels like it's like a global drama, but we might also see it in your life, right? Like we might see it like that person, that family member that like always brings drama and always catches your attention. Like you get this really great confirmation that you're not there anymore, that like you don't get pulled in anymore. You don't get drawn in and you see it for what it is. And it's just a manipulation technique to get your attention because you are that powerful. Like all these kind of global dramas are trying to get our attention because our attention is our power and you are so powerful that these people want your power. They want your attention. And like that just reminds us of how powerful we really are. So it's just this really nice sign of you grabbing your power back. Like that's the definition. And just being like, that's so interesting. A few months ago, this would have totally gotten me. And like it does not get me anymore. And it might be because you're like exhausted from like it catching your attention, but it's something to be proud of. And I just see a lot of applause around this one. And it's a good thing. Message number 6, again, another future message here. And this is the future self was like, well, if you're already talking about me, can I come in? So think of something that you're wondering if it's going to work out. Just bring that to mind. Let's take a minute. Okay. Now your future self says it works out. It completely works out. Like it works out. Now, if you knew that, if you were truly like trusting of the future self that it does work out, how would you act today? So she's kind of just like coming into our predictions. I don't even know if I'd call this a prediction, but she's saying like, how would you act today? And the first thing I see is a ton of anxiety leaving and a ton of worry and a ton of busyness actually leaving when she says that. I'm like, oh, I can eliminate 75% of the busyness. I can eliminate 75% of the worry. Like I can let all that go and I can just be. And sometimes like realizing that a lot of that busyness or that worriness that we bring in because we're concerned of whether something's going to happen or not is kind of like a caffeine, it just like amps us up a little bit. And we don't know what to do when we're more chill or when we're more relaxed, even though that is what we want. And I guess that relaxed, chill nervous system is actually what attracts the thing that you want. Does that make sense? That was a little confusing. Let me just see if I can explain that again. The future self is like, it actually works out. It totally works out. How would you act today if you knew that? You let go of like all the excess, all the fat. You're like, great. I don't need to worry. I don't need to be anxious. I don't need to busy myself with this bullshit. You let that go. And then what is left is kind of this relaxed, chill, trusting person that you might not even know what to do with at this time because it's so new. But that vibe is actually what allows that future to come forward. So that's why she's asking you to act as if, to act that way and bring that future into that present actually through our nervous system, through the way that we hold ourselves in a trusting, non-anxious, non-worry self. Words that don't exist, but let's make them up. Okay. Message number 7, this month doesn't go by without a little bit of anger. And this anger is an anger of like, I do not have time for this. Like, because it comes from a place of running an inventory of what is worth my time, what's not worth my time. Again, a sign of self-worth. This is a sign of grabbing my power. So it's all good stuff, but it does look like I'm mad, I'm annoyed, I'm frustrated, I'm stressed. And I really need to look at like what is worth my time and what is not worth my time. So when those feelings come up, grab them by the horns. Like this is a great thing. This is not to, get you mad at the school your kids go to or get you mad at like who's taking your time. It's here to help you. Like it's only showing up because you can let go of these things. It's only coming up because like you have paid your dues and it's time to let go of these things and to allow some new stuff to go in. So it's not a bad thing. And when you say no to it, it just looks like the next person comes in, like whoever is now their season to carry that stuff. It's kind of like when you're done with your PTA president run, you're not the PTA president anymore. Like now you're just a regular mom and the new PTA president comes in and it's just her season. It's her time. That role is going to transform her life the same way that it transformed your life, but you can't keep holding on to it because it's not transforming you anymore. So a lot of like what you're going to say no to is because like you've outgrown that medicine. It gave medicine to you. It did something to you for a while and it was worth it. But now like the strength is not there anymore. And it's time for you to get the next thing in your life that's really going to change your life. So that might be a promotion. That might be a home, a space, like a way of parenting as well. It feels very promotion, like giving yourself that promotion, like letting the next person come in, letting go of tasks, right? And like seeing who's going to be transformed by those tasks. Like, even though you're like, I don't know if I was transformed, you were, believe it or not, you were. And those tasks are ready to be hands on to the next person. So we're definitely going to see some inventory of what I should be saying yes to, what I should be saying no to, like, what can I give off? Like, what can I hand off? Obviously, this is a big entrepreneur one right here, because entrepreneurs are always having to promote themselves. We accidentally do things that are above our pay grade and we have to hand them off. And there's a lot of that for sure coming in. Like, what can we hand off? What is really worth our time? Where are we the most effective, and what are drains on our power and on our energy? Oh, and I didn't realize we have a message number 8. This is like a bonus. I usually do 7, but I guess I had like more to say. Okay, message number 8. A surprise love comes in. Okay, let me explain this one. It seems like your ego has been fighting you big time for a long time when it comes to love. And I don't feel like this is only new love. I feel like this is also existing love. So it's like I have this person who wants to love me in my life, and I've been fighting it for a long time. And now I just see the love. I allow love in. So there's this surprise love that comes forward. I feel like there's also new loves. If you didn't have a summer love and you're on this side of the world and it's summer, we may see a summer love come forward. And this also may not be romantic love. I do see a lot of romantic love, but it could also be like a platonic love, like, oh, this is what love is. Maybe it's like a new group of girlfriends. It's like almost just like letting people in who have been trying to love you is kind of what it feels like. And that also may mean completely new people. Like, oh my gosh, my soulmate's been looking for me for months, and I finally decided to like put my guard down, like put my swords down, and whoop, that person shows up in my life. So it's like letting people love you. A lot of this feels like family too. Like, yeah, fine. Okay. Maybe I have like my arguments with my mom or my brothers, let's say, but they love me. Like, it's almost like my ego has been lying and like trying to separate me from them, but like there is love there. And yeah, maybe we have to work some things out and talk things out, but there is love here. That's really like the message I'm getting. So a lot of you get surprise love, which is exciting, or not a reinvention, but a healing of a current relationship as well. And if you're wanting this to be true for you, I would say like bring the mantra forward for yourself that says, there is love here. Like, there is love here, and I want to see love. I want to see the love in my life. Then it looks like love really starts to show itself. I don't know why the ego has been keeping us from love. It's definitely like out of protection. And it seems like, this month we definitely have these themes of like getting your power, right? Being strong, like getting your energy back and feeling your power. And a lot of the times when we feel powerless or we are trying to gain our power, we will separate people and say like, oh, I am better than that person, or that person is doing blah, 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 and that's why they suck. And then this is how I feel better in the relationship, or how I feel more powerful in the relationship. And unfortunately, what that does is separate us from the love that does exist in that relationship. And it creates, like, as we would say in like the Cubans say, arroz con mango, like it's just a mess, So that ego, for some reasons, like you're just ready to let it go because it's not working. And you start to see that these people love you, or that this group loves you, or this person loves you, or that love wants to come in, that you deserve love as well. And it's just a really beautiful moment. It's a softening. It's very vulnerable, it feels like. But it's just being like, oh, they love me. There's always been love here. There is love here. So yeah, it's going to be very surprising, I think. Like, I feel like you did not expect this to happen. And you're going to see love in a different way. And that doesn't mean you don't work through some hard stuff, right? Like, love doesn't heal all. But it does start the process to like maybe have some conversations, or to break free of some patterns that were created just to feel powerful, like we were like, oh, she's like that, like labeling people, like she's like that, I'm like that. And it looks like part of seeing love is removing labels, like, oh, he is this in the relationship, she is this in the relationship, they're that. Like just letting go of these labels actually lets you see the love and also helps you move forward and heal whatever needs to be healed. But it's a really exciting, surprising love. So if you get a surprise love, send me a postcard, please. All right, friends, that is August. I'm so excited for you, for us, for all of us. Thank you for being here. Reminder, I am closing enrollment for Soul Reading Method this week. So if you want to learn to read energy, read souls, know yourself at a soul level, I'd love to have you. Yes, it's for all levels, advanced, never done this before. You can be running a business, or you can be just like, I want to know myself, or I want to be able to read the energy of my kids. We take it all. And it's a super fun program. I'd love to have you. If you have any questions, you know where to find me, reach out to me, and I hope to see you there. Thank you, friends, and I will see you in the next episode.